our own personal kirtan, our own studies. Then we are preaching, we're doing kirtan with other people, other devotees. Yeah. So all this is being done just so that it helps our own bhakti, nothing else. And in Kali Yuga, this process is the recommended process by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You must understand this Yuga Dharma. So in the previous ages, people would be sitting alone in the forest. They could sit alone, or they could do big opulent worship of Krishna, big temples. That's the reason why you have got from just the previous age, Treta Yuga, we saw. You can see big temples, Meenakshi temples and cathedrals and all, remnants of it still going on. Yeah? As Kali Yuga is progressing, all this would be very much jeopardized. So you will see that we all are seeing it, that the time is a constraint. Nobody has got time. And because we do not have time, even Krishna has been very kind and given us this Yuga Dharma. Just chant. By purified chanting, you'll attain me. So we study these scriptures, we understand these scriptures, we go deeper in the subject matter to get more knowledge about Krishna, so that when we know about him, our love for him is strengthened. This is most important. Because remembrance of Krishna means love for Krishna. You remember somebody when you hate that person or when you love the person. Is it not so? If you hate the person, you're going to remember. If you love, you're going to remember. If you're in between, you won't remember so much. When you hate, you remember a bit more. So this is the position, how Krishna is so kind. And the limit, just like Krishna is limitless, his activities are limitless. His kindness is also limitless. In fact, we can have one nice session on this. There are some very nice pastime of Krishna. We will feel, what are we doing, and he's so kind to us. See? Okay, wonderful. So everybody's all right. Just raise your hands if you're feeling all right. If you're not feeling all right, don't raise your hands. I'm happy to understand this, no problem. Okay, all of you are feeling good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Chalo. Now, who would like to read this, please? Volunteer to read. Will you raise your hands? I do not know if you raise your hands. I want to see you. Okay. All right. Now, who's raising the hands? Who's raising hands? There are 3 of you, 4 of you raised hands. I know which one is first. Okay. All right. Let Devanshi Mataji read then. Okay, Mother, please read. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. आरुरुक्षोर्मुनेर्योगम् कर्म कारणमुच्यते योगारूढस्य तस्यैव शमः कारणमुच्यते. For one who is a neophyte in the Eightfold Yoga system, work is said to be the means. And for one who has already attained to yoga, cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 3. According to this verse,
Again.
the verse again, or the translation?
The translation.
For one who is a neophyte in the Eightfold Yoga system, work is said to be the means, and for one who has already attained to yoga, cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 3. According to this verse, there are those who are attempting to reach the perfectional stage and those who have already attained that stage. As long as one is not situated on the perfectional platform, he must engage in so many works. In the West, there are many yoga societies attempting to practice the asana system, and therefore they practice sitting in different postures. That may help, but it is only a process by which one can attain the real platform. The real yoga system, in its perfectional stage, is far different from these bodily gymnastics. It is important to understand, however, that from the beginning, a Krishna conscious person is situated on the platform of meditation because he is always thinking of Krishna. Being constantly engaged in the service of Krishna, he is considered to have ceased all material activities.
So this is the position we all have to attain. We are aiming for this position. A Krishna conscious person is situated on the platform of meditation where he is always thinking of Krishna. Being constantly engaged in the service of Krishna, he is considered to have ceased all material activities. So, engage in service means even if you're thinking about Krishna, is a service to Krishna. At neophyte stage, we may not understand this point. How is it that not doing service, but if you're thinking only, that is service? This is samadhi. Because when you think of Krishna, you're going to act for Krishna. Either for your own self, you will act on your own body, for your own self, or you will act on behalf of Krishna to support other people. They are devotees. This is the point. This is the point. Yes, please. Thank you.
यदा हीनेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुसज्जते सर्वसङ्कल्पसन्न्यासी yogarudhastadochyate. A person is said to have attained to yoga when, having renounced all material desires, he neither acts for sense gratification nor engages in fruitive activities. Bhagavad Gita,
Yes.
chapter 6, verse 4.
Again, please. Thank you.
A person is said to have attained to yoga when, having renounced all material desires, he neither acts for sense gratification nor engages in fruitive activities. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 4.
So he just
This
acts. He just acts. That is the point. Okay, please continue.
This is actually the perfectional stage of yoga, and one who has attained this stage is said to have attained to yoga. This is to say that he has connected, joined, or linked himself with the Supreme Whole. If a part is disconnected from a machine, it serves no function. But as soon as it is properly attached to the machine, it works properly and carries out its different functions. That is the meaning of yoga, joining with the Supreme Whole, serving in conjunction with the total machine. Presently, we are disconnected, and our material fruitive activities are simply a waste of time. One who engages in such activity is described in Bhagavad Gita as a mood, that is, a rascal. Although one may earn thousands of dollars daily and be an important businessman, he is described in Bhagavad Gita as a mood, rascal, because he is just wasting his time in eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. People do not stop to consider that they are
People, how do you understand this? Because he's going to die one day. Everybody dies. They're finished. They don't think about it. Instead of finding a solution for the death, they're busy earning money, maintaining themselves. It's just like a goat. Srila Prabhupada gives examples that a goat, before the goat is taken for slaughtering, The goat is given a nice morsel of grass. So the goat is busy eating grass, not realizing in front of that person, that goat. Another goat is also eating grass. When the time comes, her head is chopped off. So this goat's situation also is the same. That this goat doesn't realize. Why? Because the goat owner has nicely distracted the goat, making them eat grass. This is the reason why these people are called mudas. They may be materially very, very important people, very busy people, having secretaries and personal assistants and all those things. But ultimately, all has come to zero. At the time of death, nothing of this is going to be beneficial. Nobody takes back, nobody takes wealth with them. Nothing has been taken back except one's own actions in the form of karma, and that gives you reactions, or it gives you liberation. This is the point. Yeah, is it all right, everybody? Anyone has any questions? Don't raise your hand. I can't see you. If you have anything to say, just say, so I understand it. Yeah? So this doesn't mean we should not earn money, we should not become rich. I'm not saying all those things. All I'm saying is that Krishna consciousness is the first thing. Our activities should be focused around it. If you can leave everything and become Krishna conscious, that is best. But if you can't leave everything and become Krishna conscious, then might as well become Krishna conscious with everything. But our focus is not that money has to be earned. So what to do? Without money, we cannot live. But that does not mean you're working 24 hours to earn money only. That is wrong. Because everybody gives this example. We have to earn money to live. Of course, there is 8 hours a day. So a devotee thinks that, okay, I have to give 8 hours to earn money. Let me give this hour, earn money, and we're done. Finish. After that, I'll become Krishna conscious. That they don't do, the karmis and materialists. In an excuse of this. Yeah. Okay. Please continue.
People do not stop to consider that they are actually working very hard for nothing. One who earns millions of dollars cannot really eat much more than a man who makes $10. A man who earns millions of dollars cannot mate with millions of women. That is not within his power. His mating power is the same as one who earns $10, just as his power of eating is the same. This is to say that our power of enjoyment is limited. One should therefore think, my enjoyment is the same as that of the man who is earning $10 daily. So why am
Actually,
I working so hard?
I'm sorry, mother. Actually, a person who's very busy earning money, sitting in one place, thinking about it, getting all stressed up, we will not be able to eat only that much what this ordinary worker will be able to eat. Working hard, at least he's working hard, and he's hungry and he's sleeping. For this person, he has to eat less, then he's got so many diseases. And then for sleeping also, he has to take pills to sleep. So many things going on, you see. So yes, this is the reason why some kind of physical activity should be done. Just sitting in one place all throughout is very, nowadays it is said that if you sit for 8 hours a day in front of a computer, not walk or do exercise in between, is like smoking how many cigarettes. As bad as smoking one packet or two packets of cigarettes or five packets of cigarettes a day or 10 packets a day. That bad is it for the whole body system. So it's better to keep moving, better to have some activities going on. If you got access to farm, do farming. You don't have access to farm, then you to walk or jog, or you got stairs, you're in apartments. Just go one step down, one stair, one story down, one up. Do that. Very good exercise. Cardio. Very good exercise. Don't overdo it because it's heavy on the heart, but you must do it. What is wrong with it? Up and down. That you can do. Start slowly. That's a very good cardio. If you can't walk also, even in the stairs, there is no disturbance. If you go to walk, there are so many disturbance, people walking, all these things, difficulty. Just go on the stairs, up and down, up and down. If you can do one step up and down, very good. Don't take your lift to go up if you've got lifts wherever you are. If you can, just unless you're staying in the top floor somewhere, that's a different thing altogether. But at least one story or two story you can climb, and go up and slowly come down like this. And once you practice, then you can do twice in a day, or thrice in a day, or 4 times in a day. Why don't you do it? It's a good idea. You think it's a good idea? Yes, just instead of just the lift up and why you do it? The best. Yes, please continue. Thank you.
This is to say that our power of enjoyment is limited. One should therefore think, my enjoyment is the same as that of the man who is earning $10 daily. So why am I working so hard to earn millions of dollars? Why am I wasting my energy? I should engage my time and energy in understanding God. That is the purpose of life. If one has no economic problems, he has sufficient time to understand Krishna consciousness. If he wastes this precious time, he is called a moor, a rascal, or an ass. According to the preceding verse, a person is said to have attained yoga when he has renounced all material desires. Once we are situated perfectly in yoga, we are satisfied. We no longer experience material desires. We no longer act for sense gratification or engage in fruitive activity. When we speak of fruitive activity, we refer to activities carried out for the purpose of sense gratification. That is, we are earning money in order to gratify our senses. If one is virtuous, he engages in pious activities. He donates money to charities, opens hospitals, schools, etc. Although these are certainly virtuous activities, they are ultimately meant for sense gratification. How is this? If I donate to an educational institution, for instance, I will receive good educational facilities and will become highly educated in my next life. Being thus educated, I will attain a good position and will acquire a good amount of money. Then, how will I utilize this money? For sense gratification. Thus, these virtuous and fruitive activities form a kind of a cycle.
Yes, because if you are donating big money, you want your name to be displayed. There is a gratification. People are waiting for you to give money. You're giving money. You're doing this. Known as a danvi. Very generous person. This is how it is. Even now, things have gone even worse. Become worse. People don't think like this. I do not know how do we bring them into philosophy. So we require all your help, all the youngsters. We require your help. You start to speak like this. Don't keep quiet. Don't keep this knowledge only to yourself. Start talking to people. Yeah, talk to people like this, whomever you meet. Don't be shy. Well, people are speaking any obnoxious nonsense they are speaking in India or other countries. The youngsters are speaking anything obnoxious. In social media, everything goes. So why can't you speak boldly? Only thing one you should do is speak boldly. Because this is how you see what happens is this. Anything which is not normal, not normally done, which you stand out, yeah, you're always be standing out, separated. Yeah? Always remember this. Now, if you are separated like this, you have two choices: whether you want to be separated or be with the crowd. Now, if you've chosen not to be with the crowd, you might as well tell them what you're standing for. Unless you want to be with the crowd, it's a different situation. Don't get me wrong. Some people do not have this. Most of us don't have this ability and this strength to do so. But if you have it, then why don't you say it? You stand out. And I can tell you, inside of you, they will still come and tell you, you are right. Although on the face, they may be with the crowd opposite to you. But inside, they will come and say, no, actually, you are right. And you can say, you people are, what you're doing is what I've done. But what I'm doing, you're not doing. You're not done. You understand this point? So be bold. This is our preaching. All of you are our mouthpieces. Don't keep knowledge to yourself. Don't be afraid. You should not be afraid. We are not asking you to become sannyasis now. Well, that is best. Brahmacharis now. That is best if you can do so. But if you can't, then Jaratako Tareko Krishna Upadesh. Why do you do this? Because I love Krishna. Full stop. You say no, I love chicken. People say I love chicken. In India, it is I love chicken. I love mutton. I love eggs. So you would feel, oh, I love chicken. Very good. No, he would love to eat chicken. I love chicken. I love meat. I love mutton. I love egg. I love fish. Say I love. Say, actually tell them, I love chicken. You don't love chicken. You couldn't eat them. You fool. I love it, so I don't eat them. I love fish, so I don't eat them. I let them live. They'll say, but you cut and eat plants. I said, that's right. Wherever possible, I avoid that also. But if not possible, I eat plants. That's called humane. If I can if I can live eating only stones, I will do it. But I'm not a hypocrite to say I love chicken, I'm cutting and eating chicken. Now having drugs is very common. In party, having alcohol, drugs is very common. So stand out on it. Call them out for it. Why can't you call them out? Why you don't take I think it's bad for my health. Look into the eyes and say, because it is bad for my health. Full stop. What answer will they give? What are you concerned about your health? Life is too short, so enjoy. But hold on, I'm enjoying. You would require some other means to enjoy. Good for you. I'm enjoying. What are you doing? Oh, you're too opinionated. Because they can't deal with you if you say like this. You're saying, no, I'm just using my common sense. You don't say you're not using common sense, then there's a fight. You say, no, I'm using my common sense. Yeah? Because if having drugs is killing my body early, why should I do it? You tell me. Smoking cigarettes is injurious to health. It's written here. You're smoking it. So why should you be smoking? Don't love your body, right? Tell them this question. Because you don't love your body. I love my body. Give them a twist. Is it a good argument? What is a good argument? Say, because the thing is this, you say you want to enjoy, but in enjoyment you're kidding. I don't think you love yourself. Tell them this point. Put a twist to this. I don't think you love yourself enough. You don't like yourself. You don't like yourself to be under the skin that you are in. Tell them this. I said, why? Say, because see, the smoking cigarette, you're smoking cigarette. It says cigarette is injurious to health, it's cancerous to health. And you're smoking, and you're saying, I'm enjoying. So you're enjoying dying early. So what is your argument? There are different arguments you can put up. Opinionated. So I think you're stupid. I'm not opinionated, I'm just being common sense. So you're not very clever. Because if I read that using this will injure me, I'll not do it. Is it not so? If there's a pesticide, yeah, which says that use it for plants, spraying on the plants, but don't drink it. It is poisonous to you, injurious to health. You're going to drink it? You tell me. Then why are you smoking? And why are you having alcohol? So you can do it. I'm just telling you. You're enjoying yourself. I'm enjoying. This is how I'm enjoying. I'm telling you. You're not enjoying actually. You have been made fool of. You have been made fool of by the company who's advertising this Will cigarette and whatever cigarettes are there now. You know, the Benson and Hedges and whatnot. Because they have to write this. They're advertising more for fooling like people like you, so you can smoke cigarette or have drinking alcohol or have drugs. You know, so don't be fooled by such things. We love our body. We love to be healthy. And I sing and dance. You sing and dance? I say, yeah, good. You sing and dance. But you have to go to some other place to pay money, go there, have some alcohol, and then dance. Correct? Right. I do exactly the same. So I do it without paying money. And health is fine. I'm peaceful. So you choose. Hey, Krishnadas, it's a good idea. Good arguments. Will they listen so much? They say he's too much. This guy's forget about him. Leave him alone. We kick him out of the team now. He's no longer in our team. So create your own team. That's what we are doing here. Create your own team. So okay, well, people are fools. Tell me, if you are with a group of people who are drinking poison, and they say that if you want to be in this group, you have to drink poison. Will you drink poison? Will you be in the group? Then might as well stay. So thank you. I want to be in a group, but if you want to kick me out, no problem. I don't want to become passive smoker. Do you know, all of you? Do you know the passive smoking, how bad it is? Just raise your hand if you really know. Raise your hand like this with your face here if you really know. Krishnadas knows, I know. Om Prabhu knows. Sushi Mataji knows. Okay, let's hear. Tell me, how do you know how bad it is, passive smoking? Om Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, the passive smoking is more, I've read somewhere it is more injurious to health than really literally smoking.
Yeah, that
I
is
don't
correct. You
know
read.
why.
Have you got experience of it?
Yeah, my college seniors used to smoke
Mm.
in front of, the students. So it was very bad. Like, it is so suffocating. Even in the outside, you were surrounded by trees also. It is really very suffocating, even for in a distance of 4 to 5 feet also. If you are
Okay.
very
All right.
distant also, it is very injurious.
Yes, yes. Thank
Suffocates.
you. Yeah, it is suffocating. Very injurious to health. That's why. Thank you. Yes, Sushi Mataji, tell me anything practical you know about knowledge? Yes, that passive smoking is bad for health. I understand, but whatever. Anything practical you know?
Prabhuji, I don't know the numbers that how many cigarettes the passive smoker drinks,
Smokes.
but yeah. So basically, passive smoking, I have also experienced it.
Hmm.
Somewhere, if in the roadsides also people smoke, it feels like it's actually I am smoking sometimes. They
Yeah,
actually smoke.
that's okay. That is correct. I'll tell you. I'm not. I'll tell you. I do you know something called COPD? COPD. Just search out. Ask to Google. COPD. Look for it.
Chronic
Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease.
How is it caused?
smoking is the main cause of COPD.
Smoking. Only smoking.
Air pollution also.
Air pollution. Passive smoking. Do you know? I know two people in my life. They suffer from COPD. Okay. One person was a smoker and became passive smoker. Now he's my age and he's on that situation. So he plans every few years. If he lives, then he plans because of this. Other person was a non-smoker. He's a non-smoker, but living with a smoker, not realizing this. So at advanced age, she develops COPD, not realizing this. What is her fault? But Krishna is very kind. She's still all right. But still, they cannot walk certain distance, the breathing, the congestion of the chest, all kinds of problems exist. So all of you, especially in India when you're living, there is so much pollution, smoking. It is going to food is going to kill people rapidly. I'm not talking about food. Food is all right, but eating outside. That's why when I came, we said about SOS food, we taught you. But I don't think it's very hard to eat that kind of food, But very difficult. So this is how we are going to kill ourselves. So start wearing, take care of things where you can, cover your face, cover your nose, breathing, especially in winter time. We do not know now how this is so bad situation. Yeah. And this is not only in India. In America, same thing. These big cities of Los Angeles and all that, you can't see the moonlight in the night because of the smog. New York, skyline. You can't see the skyline. They're talking like this. New Delhi, all these places. Bombay also. So we have to be very careful with this. They all are rushing towards death. You want to go there? Join them. So this is how we give our arguments. All I'm saying is we're giving some arguments, some skills. But stand out and speak. We want you to speak. Will you speak? Don't keep quiet. Because this knowledge which we are giving you, which Srila Prabhupada are giving us, all of us, this knowledge is invaluable knowledge. If nothing else, it will give us good health, man. Is it not so? So think about it, but start to speak. Don't wait. You all are knowledgeable. In the beginners level also, you are knowledgeable. Why do you want to be one sannyasi will speak, some big devotee will speak? Why are you not big devotee? You tell me. That means our teaching has got no value. Or Prabhupada's teaching has got no value, correct? So speak. You know this knowledge. You got more knowledge than average people in this world. Speak. Give them knowledge. Stand firm. Make a stand. We have to make a stand. I do this because I love my body. You do it because you don't love your body. Because you smoke cigarette. It's written here. It's injurious to health. Why do you do it? What do you do? You have an answer? Oh, well, there's no answer. Oh, you're too hard. They walk away. They keep smoking. But they'll understand. They'll remember it. Fools, Yeah, they've been cheated. All right? Anyone has anything to say before we move on? Okay. Krishna, can you please share the screen? Thank you.
We often hear the expression, a better standard of life. But what does this mean? It is said that the standard of life in America is superior to that in India. But in both countries, there is eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. Of course, in America, the quality of food may be better, but the eating process is there. A superior a superior standard of life does not mean superior spiritual realization. It just means better eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. This is called fruitive activity, and it is based on sense gratification. Yoga has nothing to do with sense gratification or fruitive activity. Yoga means connecting with the Supreme. Dhruv Maharaj underwent severe austerities in order to see God. And when he finally saw God, he said, Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam Nayache. My dear Lord, I am now fully satisfied. I am not asking for anything more. I do not want any further benediction from you. Why didn't Dhruv Maharaj ask for benedictions? What is a benediction? Generally, benediction means receiving a great kingdom, a beautiful wife, palatable food, and so forth. But when one is actually connected with God, he does not want such benedictions. He is fully satisfied. Swamin kritarthosmi varam nayache.
And this is what Mahavishnu Goswami is wanting us to do. To me, Maharaj said, anybody who comes to you, you make them satisfied. So please support me. We all follow Guru Maharaj. Let us all become satisfied and make people satisfied around us. You know? It's common sense. That's it. Please continue. Thank you.
Actually, Dhruv Maharaj initially searched for God in order to attain his father's kingdom. Dhruv Maharaj's mother was rejected by his father, and his stepmother resented his sitting on his father's lap. Indeed, she forbade him to sit on his father's lap because Dhruv Maharaj was not born in her womb. Although only 5 years old, Dhruv Maharaj was a Kshatriya, and he took this as a great insult. Going to his own mother, he said, "Mother, my stepmother has insulted me by forbidding me to sit on my father's lap." Dhruv Maharaj then started to cry, and his mother said, "My dear boy, what can I do? Your father loves your stepmother more than he loves me. I can do nothing." Dhruv Maharaj then said, "But I want my father's kingdom. Tell me how I can get it." "My dear boy," his mother said, "if Krishna, God, blesses you, you can get it." "Where is God?" Dhruv Maharaj asked. "Oh, it is said that God is in the forest," his mother said. "Great sages go to the forest to search for God." Hearing this, Dhruv Maharaj went directly to the forest and began to perform severe penances. Finally, he saw God, and when he saw him, he no longer desired his father's kingdom. Instead, he said, "My dear Lord, I was searching for some pebbles, but instead I have found valuable jewels. I no longer care for my father's kingdom. Now I am fully satisfied." When one is actually connected with God, he is totally satisfied. His satisfaction is infinitely greater than so called enjoyment in this material world. That is the satisfaction resulting from God realization. And that is the perfection of yoga. When a person is fully engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, he is pleased in himself. And thus he is no longer engaged in sense gratification or in fruitive activities. Otherwise, one must be engaged in sense gratification, since one cannot live without engagement. It is impossible to cease all activity. As stated before, it is our nature as living entities to act. It is said, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. If we have no Krishna conscious engagement, we will engage in sense gratification or fruitive activity. If a child is not trained or educated, he becomes spoiled. If one does not practice the yoga system, if he does not attempt to control his senses by the yoga process, he will engage his senses in their own gratification. When one is gratifying his senses, there is no question of practicing yoga. Without Krishna consciousness, one must be always seeking self-centered or extended selfish activities. But a Krishna conscious person can do everything for the satisfaction of Krishna and thereby be perfectly detached from sense gratification. One who has not realized Krishna must mechanically try to escape material desires before being elevated to the top rung of the yoga ladder. One may compare the yoga system to a step ladder. One yogi may be situated on the 5th step, another yogi may be on the 50th step, and yet another on the 500th step. The purpose, of course, is to reach the top. Although the entire ladder may be called the yoga system, one who is on the 5th step is not equal to one who is higher up. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna delineates a number of yoga systems: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. All of these systems are connected with God, Krishna, just as the entire ladder is connected to the topmost floor. This is not to say that everyone practicing the yoga system is situated on the topmost floor. Only he who is in full Krishna consciousness is so situated. Others are situated on different steps of the yogic ladder. Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet Atmaiva yatmano bandhur Atmaiva ripuratmanaha. A man must elevate himself by his own mind, not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 5. The word Atma
Again,
denotes
please. The translation.
a man must elevate himself by his own mind, not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 5. The word Atma denotes body, mind, and soul, depending on different circumstances. In the yoga system, the mind and the conditioned soul are especially important. Since the mind is the central point of yoga practice, Atma refers here to the mind. The purpose of the yoga system is to control the mind and to draw it away from attachment to sense objects. It is stressed herein that the mind must be so trained that it can deliver the conditioned soul from the mire of nations. In the Ashtanga Yoga system, these eightfold yogas, dhyan, dharan, etc., are meant to control the mind. Sri Krishna explicitly states that a man must utilize his mind to elevate himself. Unless one can control the mind, there is no question of elevation. The body is like a chariot, and the mind is the driver. If you tell your driver, please take me to the Krishna temple, the driver will take you there. But if you tell him, please take me to that liquor house, you will go there. It is the driver's business to take you wherever you like. You cannot control the driver. He will take you where you should go. Sorry. You will go there. It is the driver's business to take you wherever you like. If you can control the driver, he will take you where you should go. But if not, he will ultimately take you wherever he likes. If you
He will take
have
you
no
wherever he
control,
likes. He will take you wherever he likes and make you pay. So you don't tell me where to go, so I'm going wherever I want to go, and you pay for me now. This is the bill. Yes, please.
um, if you can control the driver, he will take you where you should go. But if not, he will ultimately take you wherever he likes. If you have no control over your driver is your enemy. But if he acts according to your orders, he is your friend. The yoga system is meant to control the mind in such a way that the mind will act as your friend. Sometimes the mind acts as a friend and sometimes as an enemy. Because we are part and parcel of the Supreme, who has infinite independence, we have minute or finite independence. It is the mind that is controlling that independence. And therefore, he may either take us to the Krishna temple or to some nightclub. It is the purpose of this Krishna consciousness movement to fix the mind on Krishna. When the mind is so fixed, he cannot do anything but act as our friend. He has no scope to act any other way. As soon as Krishna is seated in the mind, there is light. Just as when the sun is in the sky, darkness is vanquished. Krishna is just like the sun, and when he is present, there is no scope for darkness. If we keep Krishna on our mind, the darkness of Maya will never be able to enter. Keeping the mind fixed on Krishna is the perfection of yoga. If the mind is strongly fixed on the Supreme, it will not allow any nonsense to enter, and there will be no fall down. If the mind is strong, the driver is strong, and we may go wherever we may desire. The entire yoga system is meant to make the mind strong, to make it incapable of deviating from the Supreme. Savai
Okay.
Manaha
All right.
Krishna.
We just pause here. Okay. So we've read quite a bit here. We've discussed this before. So anyone has any questions or anything to share on this, please? Yeah. Anyone from the beginners group, anything to share, or anyone else? Any questions? So the
Well,
mind is a driver. Sorry, somebody was saying something? Please.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, I have a question. Here Prabhupada writes the word Atma means my body, mind, and soul according to different circumstances. So, Prabhuji, what does that mean?
It means that the word Atma can be used for one's soul also, can be used for mind also, can be used for one's body also. So Sanskrit word Atma is used for any of these.
So, Prabhuji, the word Atma can be used for like the word the Sanskrit word Atma is used for body, mind, and soul.
It can be used,
It can be used.
but generally Atma means the soul. Yeah, there is general understanding. But Atma, there are many verses in the Bhagavad Gita which speaks about this. Atma also means this. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Any other questions? Anything to share? Okay, wonderful. Did Navina Mataji understand anything? Navina Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
No, I'm saying, did you hear anything with what we spoke? Could you understand anything?
Oh no, Prabhuji, exactly. I'm kind of like, I'm also doing my study and listening, Prabhuji.
Okay. No problem. All the best to you.
I'm trying my best to listen.
That's all right. That's okay. I just asked you. No problem. Please continue. Hare Krishna. Yashodhara Mataji, did you hear anything? You have anything to say?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Bol. Hare Bol.
Yes, I was listening. Yeah, I understood some things.
Yes. No problem. Your friends might be lazy and doing bad things, but we must think again and never do that. That's what we're discussing. Nothing else. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Because you will see that happening quite a bit now. Once you grow, once you go to different divisions, they'll say we are free, we can do this, we can do that, but they are not. They're suffering. Just follow your parents. Navina Mataji also. Just follow what your parents teach you and tell you. They are your best friends. Okay, but may not be for everybody. Some of them, they may not consider. Some of your friends may not consider their parents to be their best friend for whatever reasons. But you don't follow them. You follow your own self, your own experience. Yeah. Very nice.
Yes,
All the best.
Prabhuji.
Wonderful.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Very nice. All the best. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, anything else? Anybody else wants to say anything? All right. So we'll conclude now. It's 2 minutes ago. We'll take 2 minutes break, and then we'll start back with the intermediate level group. Yeah. Hey, Krishna, can you stop the screen share, please? Thank you very much. And the live stream.